Hi everyone, my name is Chezi. I'm a product manager at Check Point for Cloud Network Security. Thanks for joining this session. It is going to be a very exciting one. So, I'm here to announce on behalf of Check Point a new service to provide a perimeter and network segmentation cloud network security as a service. We are going to start the session by reminding ourselves why perimeter and network segmentation security is essential in the cloud. We will define the problem statement the service is here to solve. We will explain our vision and the way it aligns with the CloudGuard native three-pillar vision: security, automated, everywhere. The R&D will demo an interesting part of the service. It will give the R&D the stage to show the result of their hard work. So, let the fun begin. But just before we start to talk about the service, let's try to understand what keeps security managers up at night. Security managers want to track the IT growth of their organizations while maintaining visibility and controllability. They want to know that even though there are a million things that are happening simultaneously in their cloud environments, they can sleep at night. They know that there is a growing trend of public cloud data centers attacks, and that the attack surface of public cloud is intensive. And so they want to know that they have something or someone, a holistic entity that provides them visibility, control, and security. So, why perimeter and network segmentation security is essential in the cloud? In the last decade, we all experienced the decentralization of data centers, and so data center security. And with this new era, the perimeter and network segmentation security has proven to be highly effective. It is one of the most important security layers of SID, security in-depth strategy. Thus, we must apply perimeter and network segmentation security for our public cloud data centers as well. It offers a single point of enforcement. The inspection is done early in the process, and it provides a workload-agnostic first line of defense. What makes perimeter and network segmentation even more relevant in the cloud is the fact that in real life, organizations have 20 or more different DevOps groups, each group in a different stage of the CI/CD pipeline. It becomes a real challenge to track everything they do and make sure every server or service that they deploy is well configured. So, perimeter and network segmentation security enables you as a security manager to apply holistic security with zero trust between different segments in the data center. Now, when we establish the need, what is the problem to apply network security in the cloud? The problem is that network security in the cloud is hard. It is much harder than it used to be at the on-prem. Why is that? Because the cloud is dynamic, the cloud is ephemeral, and the cloud is always evolving. Let alone the fact that there are some organizations that are still in their learning curve of the cloud. And on top of this, organization needs to maintain and manage the infrastructures, building and owning the architecture. Yes, I know, super challenging. So, as I said, I'm here to announce on behalf of Check Point a new service to provide our customers a perimeter and network segmentation cloud network security as a service. So simple and yet so challenging. The service is cost-effective. It enables a theoretical infinite scaling so customers could grow fast. It requires zero maintenance, and it provides operational efficiency for organizations. Oh, and by the way, it provides perimeter and network segmentation security on an enterprise-grade level. Gartner, on its latest report, estimated that in 3 years, new deployments of network security as a service will triple itself. And to be honest, based on the discussion I had with customers, I truly believe for this estimation. Now, let's try to imagine ourselves in an ideal world of network security. How would such service look like in this world? First and foremost, the service must have the easy button. Easy to onboard, easy to consume, easy to configure, easy to modify. I see that DevOps people are starting to like this, but wait, there is more. Automation and IAC support. In an ideal world, any operation, starting from provisioning and configurations up to the very last policy rule and security practice, is supported with API. A simple policy management using APIs would probably make DevSecOps and security network architects like this as well. And last but not least, it has to provide the best security. This is my vision for a network security ideal world. So let's visit CloudGuard's 3 pillars vision and understand how it is aligned with NSAS. The 3 pillars are security, automated, everywhere. Security. The service is securing any application and any service, enabling zero trust segmentation security. Automated. We already mentioned that the service is made for DevOps and it is well aligned with CI/CD best practices. Moreover, the service enables policy rules automation. Everywhere. Right now, the service will be available on AWS. However, we are working to enable the service on all major cloud service providers. And due to the fact that the inspection is done early in the process, the service protects any type of workloads, VMs, containers, and more. Moreover, the service is part of Check Point's CloudGuard solution family. This is an additional value we have, unification of security solutions. Let's take a slightly deeper look into the 3 pillars. Security. I call it checkpoint grade security. With more than 2 decades of network security leadership and innovation leadership, tested by multiple third-party penetration labs and received the highest penetration resistance score. With a modernized security applying correlation and machine learning and deep learning engines to detect and prevent the stealthiest multi-vector attacks. We have a golden standard service manager, which is easy to use and super simple to operate through a web-based user interface and API, alongside with high granularity rules management, logical separation, and role management, and more. The service enables all traffic flow inspection, inbound, outbound, and east-west. The inbound inspection includes AppSec, which is Web Application Firewall and API protection, meaning that the NSAS will protect your web application services and non-web application services, WAF, API protection, and network advanced threat prevention in a single solution. With reference to automation, Check Point's R&D is working tightly with all major cloud vendors' R&D teams to enable the most native experience, a super smooth and easy adoption within less than 10 minutes to secure your environment. The service was designed with API-first methodology, and it automatically imports dynamic data center virtual entities from the cloud data center to ease policy configuration. Moreover, we created a policy automations to use existing traffic flows to automatically create initial policy. Everywhere, we know how a consistent policy management is important to you. As I said, we're starting the support on AWS, but we're not going to stop there. We already started to plan the expansion to additional cloud vendors, enabling you to apply a multi-cloud strategy. But even further, we have plans to enable hybrid cloud as well, meaning we will enable customers to manage existing self-owned infrastructure gateways with the new Web UI Manager. Now it is time to see, not just to hear. So I will free the stage to the R&D for the demo.
Meet Eddie. He's a DevOps guy and a fitness lover. He works for Acme Fitness, a very well-known website for fitness equipment. The site is developed in-house and is hosted in AWS. It is split into multiple VPCs for front-end, back-end, database, and other. Let's have a look at AWS console as to the structure. These are the VPCs. And here are the EC2 instances. Each one is tagged with its name and the service type. Eddie would really like to spend more time on fitness, but he is very concerned and has a lot of work around security projects and other things that he needs to do in the cloud. He's thinking that it's time to maybe take a different approach and goes to AWS Marketplace. He finds there a new SaaS service from Check Point, CloudGuard Network Security as a Service. A service in which in each AWS region, Eddie's traffic to the cloud, inside the cloud, and from the cloud can be inspected by Check Point's state-of-the-art security technology. He clicks Continue to subscribe, create a contract, click Pay Now, and here the service is activated. He now clicks Set up your account to go directly to the Infinity portal. Eddie logs in, goes to the Cloud menu, and initiates the new Cloud account wizard that allow him to set up his AWS account in the relevant regions, and then choose the best practices for access control with auto learning that will create a policy for him, web application security best practice, and URL filtering. He completes the simple wizard that will set up the default behaviors of the system. And now he goes and runs a cloud formation in his AWS account. The cloud formation is going to create the necessary account roles in order for the Check Point security as a service to access the AWS account. We accelerate here a little bit this short 30-second process that creates the connection. Now Eddie can go back to the portal and actually see the assets from AWS in the Check Point application. This includes all the VMs, subnet, VPCs, gateway load balancers, and other objects. Eddie is taking a short break for some push-ups, and in the meanwhile, the system is learning. When he finished 10 push-ups, he wants to check what is the status. He clicks the AI button, and he can track the progress of the learning. The system advised to keep learning. After a while, Eddie gets a message from the system that the learning is completed. He now goes to see the suggested zones in his environment. And he's very pleased to notice that the system identified his different VPCs based on labels of the EC2 instances and the relations between them. As you can see here, each zone is defined based on the labels in the relevant VPC and cloud account. There are no IP addresses here. He now goes to the Access Control tab and look at the suggested rules by the machine learning. For each zone, the system automatically created access rules that Eddie can now review and can decide to use in his environment. This saves Eddie a lot of time when he needs to define all the internal relationships and networking components in his environment. Happy with the results, Eddie enforces the policy and go back to some exercises. While he's exercising, he's always very interested to see some monitoring data from the system. The system presents at every time the top sources and destinations, and Eddie can drill down and see every single TCP connection, where for each connection, it includes all the label data, VPC information, EC2 information, as well as the IP addresses that are defined there. Eddie can also drill down and see which connections are dropped. In these cases, these are connections from the internet that are dropped using Checkpoint Threat Cloud. It's almost weekend. Eddie is reading about Log4j and sees his weekend goes to the ruins. He logs into the system in order to check it and tries an exploit string that he read about in one of the websites. He put it into a message field and click send. Checkpoint blocked the attack. Eddie is so happy about it. He quickly goes and checks the logs of the AppSec, which is part of the Checkpoint NSAS. And indeed, the Log4j is blocked. Eddie's weekend is saved. He will be able to patch the systems next week. In the weekend, Eddie meditates. He thinks about Checkpoint CloudGuard NSAS and how it's going to make his life so much more secure and easier.
Thanks for the cool demo. I'm really excited about this. The registration for the early availability program is now open. Be the first one to register using the QR code or the URL here. To summarize, Cloud Network Security as a Service is a perimeter and network segmentation security made easy. It provides enterprise-level security within less than 10 minutes onboarding. It is fully API'd with a consistent policy. This is what I call security in the speed of DevOps. The global availability is planned to the end of Q2, and the early availability starts now. So join us. Thank you for your time. I look forward to meeting you.